And we are live here at the Ted Reeve Arena for the semifinal games of the Fresh and the Furious 2015. We're going to see Roller Derby Quebec up against Queen City RollerGirls.
And I am Babbling Bobbick, and I'm excited. I'm working with Pink Slaminade today, and we're excited to call this game for you. Both these teams fought their way through here today. They each have, I think they both went through without any losses today.
I think so, yeah. Both teams very strong. And I mean, especially considering the RDQ only have 9 skaters. And of course, Queen's Court, both these teams have traveled quite a way. First jam is on Queen's Court in the black, Roller Derby Quebec in the white. We already have a track cut call for number 13, Rosie, from the Queen's Court, which makes number 141 your lead jammer. That's Izzy Gonzalez from Roller Derby Quebec.
And this is the kind of start that RDQ, I'm sure, is looking for right now, is to get out to a quick start to this game, get some points on the board, get the momentum going their way.
Absolutely. 20 minutes is not a lot of time to recover if you start slow.
Especially when it comes to penalties, specifically to the jammer position.
Yeah, power jams are going to make or break these short games, and they definitely have so far today. Izzy Gonzalez going for the friendly side, racing through the inside of turn 2. 5-point grand slam on the board. First points of the game.
And she's been rather impressive. Just previously when she played her last game, it was the same thing. It was the second half that got her past the Hamutons.
Both these teams, you know, a big legacy from the leagues they've come from, a lot of good training. They're confident on the track. Another 5-point grand slam for Izzy Gonzalez. Rosie finally completing her initial pass.
And that's Lizzie, and I'm sure she knows, and she does, as she goes up on one skate, gets her hips past just to put off. She pulls off one of those points at least.
So yeah, 2 points for, oh no, he's hidden 1 point for Roller Derby Quebec there, almost a track cut. Just introducing these two teams, Roller Derby Quebec's Viandes Froides et Charcuterie, number 0001 Chlamydia, number 141 Izzy Gonzalez, number 213 Diva Cop, number 3 Kill Easy, number 352 Holly Scrap, number 5 Delodo Bombast, number 55 Ninja Turtle, number 666 Taminator, number 8 Cunts and Roses, and number 999 Sparky Pops.
And the Queen's Court is 122 Sinster, 126 Sassy McBrat, 13 Rosie, 138 May Bring Down a House.
Track cut to the Queen City Jammer, exactly the same thing we saw in the last jam, another power jam for Roller Derby Quebec.
And this is a good chance, Pink, for them to really blow this game wide open off the beginning here.
It's the psychological hit.
Queen's Court roster continues with 203 Rasputin, 208 Penny Dreadful, 324 Erin Gobrales, 4 McNugget, 499 Megalomiena, 72 Molly Maline, 88 Jules Byrne, 905 McCready, 91 Sigourney Cleaver, and 921 Skarpinski.
Taminator with an almost taunting slow skate around the track there each time, hands behind her back. Picking up grand slam after grand slam, but really taking her time, conserving her energy. Coming in very slow. Jules Byrne coming out of the box and right into the back of that white wall.
Queen's Court doing a good job at the front right now, but she gets through.
But she looks like she's almost asleep.
She's on a Sunday skate,
Slow-mo. She does so well. It's like she saves all that energy for that burst of speed in the pack and just takes her time around the track.
And Taminator takes a look over her shoulder. She sees that the other jammer's coming. She calls it off.
So in the zone. So zen.
Yeah, very zen.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm done here. Let's call it off. Let's just do that. 15-point jam for Taminator.
You know, they do only have 9 skaters on their roster, one of which left earlier. So maybe you wonder to yourself, too, if it's a matter of conserving that energy for the second half.
Skate smart, not hard. It's been a long day. Each of these teams has played 2 or 3 games to get here.
Not to mention that they're all fresh skaters, and you know, they only have a maximum of 3 games under their belt, plus whatever scrimmages. So.
Exactly. Lead jammer to Izzy Gonzalez again with Roller Derby Quebec. Queen City playing catch up.
And Izzy has done a great job today, Pink, at getting out through that pack quick and picking up those lead jammer statuses.
We have a star cover pass to the pivot completed here. Dreadful Penny My sheet says Penny Dreadful. Her jersey says Dreadful Penny. I'm going to use them interchangeably because I make the rules.
You totally can. I think we'll go with what's on the back of their shirt.
Sure. What does her mother call her?
I know the officials are going to call her 208.
Yeah, there we go. 208.
And RDQ's got 35 points up on that board. Queen's Court has yet to crack that board and put any points up. But we still have quite a bit of game left. Anything is possible. Rosie
and Terminator squaring off with the Stars. Again, Terminator with that cool, calm movement through the pack. But Rosie gets out first. She's your lead jammer. Hotly pursued by Terminator. Picking up the pace this time. First lead jammer to Queen City.
And the RDQ girls are smartly getting to the front.
Ooh.
She comes in hard. She calls a jam. Neither jammer's getting any points up on the board.
It's almost as if they lured her to that inside line. They just popped out of nowhere there. The end of turn 4. No points on the board yet for the Queen's Court. 35 points for Roller Derby Quebec. Viandes Froides Charcuterie.
And just after this game, stay tuned because you're going to see the other semifinal game, which is going to see Guelphs, Our Ladies of Pain, taking on Montreal Roller Derby Smash Squad.
I was just announcing that game over the bubble, and it was so exciting. A lot of great roller derby careers getting kicked off right now. Lead jammer for Roller Derby Quebec again. Another panty pass on the Queen City side.
It seems like Queen City is realizing they're having a hard time with RDQ's defense and taking advantage of the fact that they can pass that panty over to their pivot.
Yeah, it's almost, if you can't beat them, confuse them.
And it's happened a couple times the last couple jams. Yet it hasn't paid off in points, but I find that it's getting their jammer out to avoid RDQ from putting the points on the board as well, force them to call it off.
Yeah, they're stemming the flow. No points scored in the last couple jams, so they're definitely eating away at that, but they're going to want to get on the board pretty soon, even in a 20-minute game.
This is true, yeah. We're almost 7 minutes into this game, and they have yet to put a point on the board.
Another star pass.
And there we go. We see it again.
You can see them yelling, trying to prevent that. Terminator knocked to the outside and recycled. And it's going to be Penny Dreadful putting on the star again. Another
and
star pass.
It's almost like this star pass is paying off for them. And that's Terminator. She is going off for a track cut. She's going to grab a seat in the box. And this is going to be Queen City's...
And just as we say that, a track cut penalty to Penny Dreadful is going to switch up things in the box. This is going to be a 2-minute jam. And
one thing's for sure, Pink, there's not going to be a lead jammer this jam. Therefore, we're going the full 2 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't see that working out in Queen City's favor right now, especially with only 2 blockers, looks like, on the track.
But both jammers only sit for a short period of time. And there is Terminator, another one of her strolls.
Stroll through the park.
Yeah.
Just take it easy. Nothing to see here.
The difference is right now is Terminator's finishing up her initial pass out of the box. Penny Dreadful is on a scoring pass right now.
Penny Dreadful putting up a 5-point grand slam there. Terminator again, taking her time. She's got a full 2 minutes. No point getting winded.
And that grand slam gets Queen City on the board, so maybe it'll get the momentum going for them, but they need to stop Terminator.
And
their defense needs to put a block on her, so it gives Penny Dreadful the opportunity to get some points and get them back in this game.
Or even some of this, you see this offensive help for Penny Dreadful here, that would have been way more useful off the line to get lead.
I agree. And while Penny Dreadful's having a hard time with that defense from RDQ, there's Terminator strolling along. She puts a natural grand slam up on the board that time.
Yeah, making it look easy for sure. And again, we see a lot of blocker penalties in black. Your score at the end of that jam, 9-9 jam there, 44-9 score in favor of Roller Derby Quebec.
Queen City has a blocker and a pivot in the box, and RDQ has 1 blocker in the box. So Queen City will have 2 out on the track with no one to pass the star to this time right now.
No, and Roller Derby Quebec sitting on that pivot line. Remember the pivot line?
Pivot line, yeah.
Lead jammer again to Roller Derby Quebec, and a forearm to Queen City's going to send their jammer to the box. Another power jam for the Viandes Froides Charcuterie.
And Izzy showing some amazing skating skills today. She goes inside, she goes to the outside lane, she picks up a big 5 points up on the board.
Just leaving the pack in her dust, like not a lot of movement here, just a quick juke and she's gone.
It's interesting too because the RDQ blockers haven't had to take much of to come up and make many holes for her. She's finding her own holes at the front of that Queen City defense.
Just set it and forget it. There she goes again. It's a humiliating pass. Just a juke around those two blockers. Certainly they're outnumbered here in Queen City, but...
And Rosie from Queen City comes out of the box with a fire behind her. She finishes up that initial pass, but Izzy's not going to let her score any points as she calls it off.
A 15-point jam for Izzy Gonzalez means 59 now for Viandes Froides Charcuterie, 9 still for Queen's Court.
But Pink, truthfully speaking, 50 points is not anything that can't be overcome with 9 minutes left in the game. I've seen it on more than one occasion today. So
absolutely not. I mean, that's 2 good power jams away, but are they going to get those 2 good power jams?
It's left to be seen.
Looks like we've got someone jamming for the first time this bout here for Roller Derby Quebec. That's Mother of Dragons. That's what it says on her jersey, but I can't find her name.
Kill Easy is out there. She is lead jammer for RDQ right now.
Oh, I see. Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons is a Game of Thrones reference. Of course, number 4, Nick Nugget jamming for Queen City. But she's been sent to the box. It's another power jam for Roller Derby Quebec.
Queen City finds himself in more jammer penalty problems.
This game just flying by, and with Roller Derby Quebec in the driver's seat.
Like every other game they played today, actually. Roller Derby Quebec, this team has even set a record earlier today with scoring 159 points, I believe, the highest points ever scored in this tournament over a 20-minute game.
Absolutely, like that's
And
incredible.
they've broke the century mark every game they played. And right now, honestly, Pink, they're on track to do it again in a semifinals game nonetheless.
And they could be going up against Royal City or Montreal Roller Derby. Again, 2 very strong teams here today. 14 points already in this jam for Kill Easy. Initial pass finally completed by Nick Nugget from Queen City. She calls the jam before Nick Nugget can score.
Yeah, that's one thing that's been impressive about RDQ's game today is that they've been very good with their track awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that focus.
And I haven't seen any points stolen by the other team because they're not paying attention. They know where that other jammer is at all times. And a lot of it also has to do with the experience they have on the bench right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
As,
you have that roller derby legacy in Quebec. You see so many strong teams come out of Quebec.
And Izzy again, inside line. She picks up lead jammer status even before the first turn.
Absolutely fluid lateral movement there. No hesitation, no slowdown. Number 324 for Queen City, that's Erin Gobrales, your jammer in black.
Yeah, and she's one of the first Queen City jammers that's been able to get past that RDQ defense at the front right away. So
again, like you said, though, RDQ not relinquishing any points, and that's going to be a late low block.
That's going to be a misconduct for a late hit. And she's on her way to the box once again, putting RDQ in a power jam situation. Queen City has just been picking up far too many jammer penalties this game so far.
You see those like 3 refs all whistling at once, and they're all mad at her for a different reason. So it's a low block, it's a block after the whistle. Nobody likes those. Roller derby
I think also it comes down to safety, and it's changed to a misconduct basically because you should know to stop after the first set of 4, and you shouldn't be engaging anybody. And other skaters think that the jam's over, so they're worried about being injured at that point.
Absolutely. So Roller derby Quebec here, a momentary lapse of that pack awareness, skating short, some confusion before the whistle there. Only 3 blockers total in this lineup for Roller derby Quebec, but it is a power jam for them. And like you've been saying, their jammers are pretty good on their own.
Yeah, Izzy gets through. She does a little spin around there. She puts a grand slam up on the board.
They might see an effect here with the defense, and they do. Some offensive help from Queen City means Erin Brallis makes it out.
And there it is again. Izzy just slides around the front of that wall. Queen City pretty much standing still and calls that jam off.
And it's that confidence you see there. These two skaters in white from Roller Derby Quebec are not skating like newbies. They're skating like seasoned skaters. Very confident.
I agree. And we got a timeout called by Roller Derby Quebec, RDQ, right now. With 5 minutes left in this game, all the momentum is going their way. You wonder if he's just giving his skaters a break right now. They are skating with a short roster.
Yeah, obviously this doesn't really count for any external ranking system, but, they want to finish strong. They want to hit that century mark. Like you said, they've done it all day.
And more importantly, I think they're looking on to the next game and possibly going home with the Sloppy Cup, the Fresh and the Furious 2015 championship.
Speaking of the next game, I see some skaters from Royal City standing behind us, eyeing up the competition, looking at what they might be facing if they're able to win over the Smash Squad.
And I think that's a very smart thing for I think most teams out there would be watching and seeing what they have to do and knowing the jammers they're going to be facing and what their abilities are.
Yeah.
Maybe you catch them going a certain pattern from the inside to the outside.
And on a lighter note, a lot of friendships are forged at this tournament and meeting people at your same level, some of whom you'll follow through your whole roller derby career, who will advance with you, who you'll skate against again. Taminator, your lead jammer for Roller Derby Quebec.
And she makes it look easy once again.
Oh, like she could do it sleeping, and she might be doing it sleeping.
And Jules Byrne for Queen City, she gets through quickly. She's going to skate hard, so she can force Taminator to call it off. But Taminator gets her 4 points and calls the jam off without hesitation, knowing that she made it through.
Queen City really short on the track there, only 2 blockers, and they got separated on either side of the Roller Derby Quebec wall.
92 points up on the board for RDQ. Queen City's got 9. This semifinal game has turned out to be quite the blowout actually right now at this point. I think the only thing that you can go back to is, like I said, it's quite obvious, all the jammer penalties.
Well, yeah, and for skaters this fresh, this is probably undoubtedly their first tournament. And a lot of skaters aren't used to sort of the long day,
exactly.
The pressure. Both these teams obviously did very well to get to the semifinal game, but it just kind of shows where the maybe where some of the endurance is.
Izzy Gonzalez, she's the lead jammer. And RDQ's been doing a good job with their jammers of staying out of trouble. She takes a look over her shoulder.
Very graceful skating there from Izzy Gonzalez. Maybe a figure skating background, maybe hockey.
You wonder. And that's what's happening a lot, eh? A lot of these skaters also come over from other sports such as hockey, speed skating.
I tell fresh meat, any background can be helpful. It doesn't have to be skating. It doesn't even have to be a sport. Everyone brings something different to the game.
All right, we are down to almost the final 3 minutes of this first semifinal game. The winner of this going on for their chance to win the Sloppy Cup, the 2015 Fresh and Furious title.
No pass, no penalty means Taminator is not lead jammer for a change. Queen City still has a chance for it. Rosie, number 13, gets lead jammer status, choosing not to act.
I hope she's got the awareness to call that jam up before Taminator gets up there.
Her bench has their back turned to her.
Yeah, and
no one's looking at her.
See, and Taminator tries to call it off, but she is not lead jammer.
So she's basically battling it out just to remain on parity with Taminator. We're not even sure if she knows she's lead jammer.
Oh, she looks at her jam rough now. That's 4 points. She calls it off this time before Taminator gets there. So you wonder if that was a fact. Maybe she assumed that Taminator was lead jammer.
I think she did. There was no communication from the bench, and it's just the way it's gone so far so many times.
You noticed she took a moment to look across the track, and that's when I think she noticed that, okay, they're not pointing at her, and my jam ref's pointing at me.
Yeah, you could see her put it together like, oh, Taminator's half a pass ahead of me, so now would be a good time.
We got under 2 minutes. And RDQ's knocking on that century mark. And there's Queen City with another panty pass. They've used that to try to get past this defense.
Queen's Court, number 499, Megalomania.
Izzy gets through. Again, hot on her heels. Calls that jam off. And the clock still runs, Pink. And you got to think, but it's all but over at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at 99 to 16, Queen City just looking to kind of play their game and,
you know,
leave it all on the track.
I think we've seen it a few times. What happens with these fresh teams, it's been a long day. They played a lot of games. Queen City, or I should say Queen's Court, just got done playing a game as well.
Yeah.
So you wonder how much they have left in the gas tank. Whereas RDQ, they at least got a game break. So
yeah.
They sat for a game, so maybe that's the reason why they're fresh right now.
Absolutely.
At the Fresh and the Furious tournament.
And you can see that strength and that energy coming from the Roller Derby Quebec jammer.
A little jammer and jammer action, but it's Izzy Gonzalez that comes out of that one, and she is lead jammer. It gives her a bit of a window to get some points. She picks up a couple, comes to the inside, calls that jam off. She grabs all 4 that time.
Just a lateral move over to that friendly side. It's almost like dance. It's almost like poetry. So graceful. Now they've crossed the century mark, 103 to 16 in favor of Roller Derby Quebec.
And just a reminder, after this game, stick around. You're going to catch Royal City, Our Ladies of Pain, taking on Montreal Roller Derby Smash Squad in the other semifinal game. The winner of that game will be going through for the finals to play Roller Derby Quebec, RDQ.
We are not kidding. This is serious stuff. Taminator, your lead jammer in the white Roller Derby Quebec. Rosie racing out behind her.
And she gets lead jammer, and she calls it off without hesitation and let the celebration begin for RDQ.
That is all it takes, boys and girls.
They handily took it to Queen's Court now.
I think that was the fastest game that we've watched here. What was it, one timeout?
Yeah.
They got that momentum right out of the gate, and they never slowed down.
You know, but Queen's Court should go home feeling good about themselves because they stayed alive. They made it to the semifinals.
Yep. And Queen's Court has a chance at 3rd place now. 4th place at the very least is what they're going home with.
This is true, yeah.
A lot of love from Queen City here to Roller Derby Quebec.
So once again, please stay tuned for the 2nd semifinal game.
We will see you back here at Ted Reeve Arena for Fresh and the Furious 2015. I'm Pink Lemonade.
And I'm Babbling Babic.
See you soon.